This week in comic books over in the land of DC, the Justice League gets faded. Not not in an urban dictionary sense, just literally. Well, I guess so. It's kind of the same, isn't it? Over in the land of Marvel, SpiderMan relaunches. Is it going to be better? So far, I'm going to have to say wait, and I'm going to tell you why. And over in the land of Independence, Ghost in a Cage came out, and I don't understand this story. Somebody, somebody help me. Just help me help you. Let's roll the intro. Hey, what's going on, you wonderful weirdos? Pocan Joe here. And as always, I can't tell you how cool you are for swinging by. I appreciate having you here. We're going to run down this week's comic books and we're going to jump right into it with DC. The only DC book I picked up this week was Justice League number 75. So it's been in the works and in the whispers that the Justice League is going to get gone. They kind of hinted towards it in past issues. Where they kind of did the whole, the younger kids were kind of running the jail and it was all destroyed. Well, we're launching into that storyline, if you remember that from late last year. So what happened? Well, they didn't waste any time. They straight faded them right up off the bat. Just done. Get them out of here. They made a big deal of it. Like they didn't quite let us know. So our Justice League that we're used to gets teleported to the totalitarian, and then they go fight this darkness, right? And then like Green Arrow shoots an arrow real quick, and we thought we saved the day, and our villain was like, "Mwahaha, nah, son," and faded everybody, like just except for the Black Adam, who got transported for some weird reason back to Earth, where kind of like our second-rate heroes are just kind of hanging out right now. So this is good. Like this is going to be an interesting story. I know it seems kind of tropey to yet again kill something that you know is going to come back. Like we did this in Dark Metal. We've killed the Justice League thousands of times throughout history now, right? So will they stay gone forever? Of course not. You can't get rid of these characters, but it still makes an intriguing story, and I definitely highly recommend it. Good stuff. Next, we're going to roll into Thor. So Thor comes rolling out, and they make a reference right to the beginning of the book, and I thought this was interesting. And then come to find out, it's what the story is. It kind of defines what the story is. And in the beginning, it says, "Beyond the fields that we know." This is a reference to what's his name? Uh, Charles Dempsey. He was an English writer. He rewrote like a lot of Irish folklore history, and that was the name of the book. And it just compiled a bunch of short stories of Irish like fairy tales and stuff like that. It's kind of what's going on in here. It's a bunch of short stories, all fantasy based, of course, because it's comic book woo woo. Um, some of these, I'm not going to go into all of them. The only ones I really liked, the memorial service to Odin. I thought that was a very powerful thing, both at the beginning and the end. Come to find out, Odin's not in Valhalla because nobody's in Valhalla because of reasons, right? He's actually stuck in Mjolnir and talking to Thor. So it looks like all this was just a big charade, which made sense because they did the whole Viking funeral thing in it. Where you shoot an arrow into a boat, and the thing goes ablaze. Odin's in it, and Thor's like, "Hey, brother," looking at Loki and lets him do it, right? That kind of made sense to me. The stories in here are really hit or miss, though. I don't, other than which we already knew, Owen was stuck in Mjolnir, so I wouldn't even say that this is an important issue. The issue before this one, number 23, kind of already gave us that hint at the end. I guess some people would call it a cameo notice, whatever, ridiculous terms we're using these days. Um, it's kind of hard to recommend this. I think maybe two of the stories in it I liked it, but don't let me judge it. If you like Beta Ray Bill and the whole Shuttlebutt thing, with that kind of artwork, you'd probably like that. Um, the art, yeah, again, it's just all over the place. Everything from 90s stupid spikes on everything to whatever. So, buyer beware. If you haven't picked up your books this week, buyer beware. All right, next. Punisher number 2. First off, I had to go with this, right? We're leaving back the old symbol, moving forward. This kind of sets up the conflict for us. Like, we kind of knew what the conflict was in issue 1, but we just thought it was just a mass killing. Now we know that there isn't a legit conflict in here, and it's with Ares and, of course, the Punisher. The Punisher being the right hand of the Beast, right? And the Beast, we finally see the Beast of the hand and what it looks like. Like, we get that visuals, and Bubba, it's ugly. Like, if you remember Weird Science, the older brother, what he kind of turned into, like the Poop Man thing, kind of looks like that with horns. You're welcome for that visual. So, our conflict in this is basically going to be these two types of tribes. We got the Ares, the god of war, and his people believe that war is sacred and so informed that even if you have the opportunity for peace, that's enough to kill you. And then you have the hand who just basically we find out are just a bunch of orphan kids that were just trained to be killers, like high level killers. Um, and of course, Frank Castle being a Marine, he wants to do this the right way. He wants to learn to do the whole ninja thing, not just rely on the guns, but also come to find out he's been kind of prepping for this role his entire life without even realizing it, according to our little seer, mystical priest lady, right? So I'm liking it so far, but I'm treading lightly. I don't want to dive into it and be like, oh, it's a great book, because they're giving you just enough to keep you interested. But I'm waiting for the thing that always gets thrown in where I just don't like. Oh, there was one thing in here. The priestess lady is like, where else to look than other than America for a natural killer with all the school shootings, genocides, like just kind of bad mouth in America. I don't know if the writer was just doing this to capture an audience or if the writer really believes this. I don't know. If he is watching this, I don't know why you would. I'll be happy to buy you a plane ticket to, I don't know, West Africa. Just saying. Just like, I'm not trying to start a fight, but just that's your belief. I will buy you a plane ticket to West Africa. By all means, you will see things you have never seen before there. All right, moving on. Carnage. So Carnage is going into this whole cult thing, and what better way to start off a comic book than to pick your own hero or villain or whatever the bad guy wants to call the person that opposes him, right? That happens in here. So we kind of get a first appearance of a character in here. Um, what will happen with the character, I don't know, but apparently he's been given just a little bit of that Carnage goodness in him just to make him stronger, faster, bigger, more than, I guess I should say. All right, throws him into that so he can actually chase down Carnage and his little serial killer buddy. He legitimately picked his own nemesis. I thought that was smart. Better to pick your enemies than your enemies just be created, right? I thought that was smart. That was probably the biggest highlight in here. The rest of it's just cop stuff. I need to hunt them down. I need to find them. Da 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 da. Right. All right, Amazing Spider-Man relaunches with a number 1. Of course, I had to get my wife. It's got a young cover, and she immediately was like, "I should have sent this to get it signed." So I guess I gotta hunt down Scotty Young to get him to sign this now. I'm going to start off this way. Every time we've relaunched, in my known memory now, right, of Amazing Spider-Man, we've kind of been doing the thing Kindred, the last run, the whole 9 yards, right? We do the thing where we just inundate as many villains as we can. There's always a conflict in between one sect of villains, right? And then there's other ones out there. And then there's some personal drama stuff that's mixed in the middle. This is classic Amazing Spider-Man storytelling. I understand it. I'm not knocking it. But Tombstone and, the Peter Parker's friend asking Tombstone's the hand for his daughter and all that. It's like, this is just page wasting here, right? We have a huge conflict going on. We have something that has seen the green door. Wink, wink. If you haven't picked this up, all you key issue people out there, you may want to find it. I dig this guy. Okay. Another one. Of course, Octavius is going to be in this as well. I don't know. Again, this is like the Punisher thing. I don't want to get my hopes all high. Again, this is another scenario where Peter Parker's letting everybody down, right? Not because he wants to, but because he has to. All the villains hate him and want to kill him more than ever now, and there's a lot of them. We've seen this, so I'm not going to judge this right up off the bat because they're kind of sticking to that trope. Let's actually see what the story breaks out into. I'll go ahead and follow this down for about as long as I have had enough of it. Oh, all the comic books this week were like super thick too. Did you notice that? Okay, going into Independence, Ghost in a Cage. I I don't know. I don't know. Here's what we got so far. We have crazy robot thing that's being powered by some woo woo. That's the only way I could put it. They could have used the term kinetic energy in here, and it would have meant the same thing than what they tried to explain. But no, we got to use woo woo words. Right? Brings the thing to life. It's like Pinocchio's story, kind of. And he's, of course, he's battling all these other forms of energy, right? Well, the one that kills me the most is like these clean type energy and efficient like wind and stuff like that. They're battling him, and I'm like, shouldn't we be kind of promoting that? Like, who's got a problem with wind energy? Except for maybe a flock of birds. It's the only thing if they can fly around it. I don't know. Anyway, we find out that the assassin lady here is actually the daughter of big corporation guy. Big corporation guy's not actually dead. He's apparently in a space station. Um, the art in here got real muddled really quick. Doyle has a secret admirer, and their lives kind of just suck all around. I don't think I have to chase this down anymore. I think we pretty much got the synopsis of this. I don't see this turning into anything else really useful. So yeah, we're dropping it. All right, the naughty list. Another reimagination of Santa Claus. Grumpier, meaner, edgy, gritty. I wish I could say more. Let's see. We have demons. I'm liking this. Pick of the week. Pick of the week right here. Because they're playing with religion. They're playing with science. There's some alchemy going on. The whole evil good in this is being referred to as Halo and horns. This one we get the backstory of our demon friend here and why he's good and how he can be good even though he's a demon. And it's kind of a long explanation in it, but it's a really good story that they kind of share with it. We also find out he's the one who took our antagonist's hand back in the day. Turned into a snake, bitter type of thing, the whole. So that was the thing. We kind of get a breakdown of the team, the good guy team in here, and who they are and what they can do. We see them in action as they get attacked. It was good. It was great. We got the backstory and world setting. This, we got more understanding of our environment and the characters in it. So we're going to be moving forward with this story. As long as my comic book store has it, I will be picking it up. No doubt. I enjoyed this. All right, Berserker. Apparently I missed an issue because I opened this up and I read it and I was like, what is going on here? And I went back and I'm pretty sure I did. I might have skipped issue 7 to pick something. I don't know. But I was so hoping to give this a chance. It's the savagery and the historical references, and I was ready to go through it. And then we got into this whole science woo-woo thing, and when I mean woo-woo in this case, I'm not talking about it like sometimes you have to use woo-woo in a comic book to explain something, and I get it. And then it can also be used as I can't fill in the gaps. Magic stuff happened, right? And that's what kind of happened in here. They couldn't really connect the energy that's being supplied that created the Berserker, if you will, but somehow or another we reactivated it and infected another person. And the moment you infect a person with something, you know what that means. You're in a test tube, and you got to open up your eyes at the end in a real dramatic way, and that's what happened. So yeah. All right, what's going on in the community? Looks like I picked up a comic book collection. If you follow me on Instagram, This one's going to take a while to get through. I'm not expecting to get it all in one day, but I will do a quick 30 haul and kind of show you what I got. We'll take care of that. So hit that notification bell. lot of gold and silver in here. Gold and silver and gold. Remember the little Yukon Jack? Remember him from what was the name of the thing? Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer. Yeah, silver and gold. A lot of silver and gold. Good stuff. All right, so we're gonna get that video out to you. Hopefully sometime here soon. All right, guys, that's it for me. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye.